In the morning, around 6 or 7 o'clock, workers familiarly turn off their alarm clock and begin a new day of work life. They often spend more than an hour commuting to work by public transport. According to data from NewMebo and the National Bureau of Statistics of China, many workers cannot afford the high housing prices, so they have to live in places that are far from their workplace but somewhat cheaper. A typical workday starts with specific tasks assigned by supervisors along with clear indicators. Employees are responsible for a specific part of the work, so they don't need to have personal ideas, they just need to complete the tasks as specified. Unfortunately, facing everything that is all pre-arranged, employees find their work boring. They don't know what they can really contribute to the society. This phenomenon reflects the alienation generated by the division of labour. Marx believed that capitalism, in order to improve production efficiency, divides the production process into different sections, forcing workers to focus on their designated tasks. While this process enhances efficiency, it also leads to the alienation of labour. As workers are only responsible for a single part of the production process, they cannot control their working outcome, leading to a disconnect from the final product. Besides, repetitive work also strips them of their initiative and creativity, making the entire working process dull and devoid of a sense of accomplishment.
Later.
Before the end of the workday, the supervisor suddenly tells the employees that there is an urgent project that needs to be completed before they leave. Despite their reluctance, employees go back to work and start working overtime. From Marx's perspective, working overtime is the consequence of the division of labour within companies. Employers gain greater power by controlling the most of means of production. Thus, they can order employees to obey them and exploit more surplus value by extending employees' working hours. Considering the current situation in China, the labour laws are not implemented adequately, so the cost of law violation by unscrupulous enterprises is low. As a result, working overtime is quite universal. The crowded carriages during the rush hour bring a sense of suffocation. Everyone is engrossed in cell phones or just taking a break in spite of talking to others. People operate like interdependent components in the giant machinery of society, silently carrying out their rotations. This estrangement in interpersonal relationships can be considered as alienation. On one hand, due to the competitive nature of social relations in capitalist society, communication is often driven by profit, ultimately leading people to cold and one-sided interactions. On the other hand, dull work and massive workload leave everyone exhausted, lacking the enthusiasm or energy to communicate. Late at night, the employee helplessly glances at various bills, wearily drags his tired body to bed, turns off the lights, and ends an ordinary day. Workers are trapped in this mechanized and repetitive life because they are dependent on this system of division of labour. Their wages cannot fully satisfy various material and cultural needs, so they have to continue to be employed by employers to meet their own livelihood requirements. This dependence sustains the continuous operation of the exploitative system of the division of labour.